Right, so yes, rec development is still alive. We've had our little hiatus, but here we are. So welcome to this little introduction slash update slash mapping rant. Now, I'm going to claim something tiresome and cliched, but I will follow up with actual examples and proper argumentation. This isn't hollow marketing. I will actually mean what I say. So bear with me, alright? My claim is that the game of Wrecked, Dawn of Beginnings, made by a company called Hella Legit Games, is the next evolution of arena first-person shooters. There. This is not as bold a statement as it sounds. Yet oddly enough, everyone seems to be stuck on making remakes instead of moving on. The key element of this evolution is freedom of movement at any cost. This movement is the only reason Wrecked was made, existing before any proper maps even existed. It's been my job to make a functional map to allow players to actually use this movement to its full extent. What Wrecked does is take the lessons learned from Quake and the lessons learned from Tribes and adds them together to make something greater than the sum of those parts. That's all it is, but the implications, especially with how one approaches mapping, are immense. There's also been an increasing tendency to dumb FPS games down, reducing the freedom of players and boiling gameplay down to nothing more than point and click. Arena shooters were once more about movement and timing than pure aim. Games like Overwatch are allowed to have a whiff of the old school, but is still a step back. New games, they usually gate freedom in combat through classes instead of pickups, or counter mechanical skill with abilities and button presses. Often, movement has also been corrupted by scripted abilities. Games have slowed down, killed flow, and reduced time to kill, prioritizing positioning over movement. Alright, scripted bollocks done, let's get to the game. First and foremost, Wrecked has the Quake movement code. The actual math. Unreal Engine or shooter game codes have been ripped out completely and written from scratch. Mostly because we have a very special fundamentalist coder. But all the Quake stuff is in there, line by line. As I shall show you. There we go. Well, please direct your viewing to the upper left corner, where we have velocity meters. Yes? Good. Vertical and all the rest. Good. Now watch. This is the maximum. 889. Good. Okay, now I turn. My god, the velocity goes up. My god. If I jump regularly, I sort of don't increase in speed. I have a little bit jumpy jump, but I get reduced. But if I do the whole Quake thing, oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, look at that. So everything is in here. It's exactly the same. The gravity, all of it, guys. All of it is exactly the same as in Quake. It might not look the same, but holy shit, it's in there. Alright. Right, now listen, before we move on. The next thing I'm going to say is going to cause some of you grizzled assholes to roll their eyes. So fuck you and listen to what I'm about to say. We have included wall riding in the base movement code. Now listen. This is not an addition. This is not an ability or a gimmick. This has been added to the base code. Alright? So let me show you what exactly I mean. I'm gonna move in here. Alright, we have textures now, yes, I know. I'm going to press left and nothing else. Okay? Watch. I run up the wall and I bump down and it keeps trying because of the momentum. Try it again. Ups a days. Alright, now notice that there's a slope here. If I do this to the right, nothing happens. Except if I jump, it adds to it, voila, and I'm up. Okay. Now, this is the thing. This is all part of the basement code, okay? So what it does is, listen, at no point am I locked in an animation of any kind. There's no animations going on here. There's nothing, okay? It is all instant. There is no delay, no cooldown, And the game sees the walls as nothing different from the wall, from the actual floor. Walls and floor exactly the same, doesn't give a shit. Okay? There is a very visceral quality to this. And you can't do everything perfect. I mean, look, there's a slope here. I'm going to try and get to it. Now, the easiest way to do this would be to do that. All right. But you can also, if you time it correctly on the slope, you can do it in one motion. There we go. But that's actually not as easy as it seems because I've been doing this a while. This is my fucking map. So, see, it's very easy. If you time the jump wrong, a lot of other things happen. This is not scripted. This is pure movement code. Okay? This is the base of the whole thing. This is the base of my nightmare. As I'm pressing forward, not doing anything else. I'm just pressing forward. And I climb this because there's a slope. I can also, again, the same here, go around with some velocity because I can actually speed up a little bit to full speed and actually turn around here. All these things, it adds to it. It just is natural. Add the jump. There we go. We're up on top here. All of this. Right, more about this later. So in order to facilitate all this, we have added a tribes-like resource element. This one allows players to turn off their personal gravity. It means that any current momentum is maintained and any additional momentum is multiplied. Basically allows you to momentarily choose energy instead of movement skill. I'll demonstrate now. So we have the bar in the lower right. There we go, using it now. Voila. That's the bar of energy. I'm going to use it without any sort of thing. I'm just going to walk off this while it is active. I will first do it. When I'm standing still, it does nothing. When I jump, it acts as an odd, very short duration jetpack. But that's not what it is. It's basically using nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm jumping. It's using the momentum of the jump to suddenly go a lot higher because there's no gravity holding me back. When I walk forward using the belt, you will see that I'm just walking in air for a moment and then falling. When I'm using it while I'm wall riding, then the interesting shit starts happening. Because then suddenly I can go a lot farther, a lot faster. I can add this to my jumps. And then suddenly this starts becoming a lot more higher paced game. There we are. Boinky, boinky, bing. All sounds not final. So that's what this does. It allows me to momentarily step outside of the bounds of the regular game, let's say, the regular movement. Because I could perfectly just regular wall ride this, no problem. But I'm speeding it up. If I don't have enough speed, I can just go all the way and tap this. So this allows people not that familiar with the movement will start using their energy more. And the more experienced players will know when they don't need to use it. Because there's the kicker. The resource is, well, the energy is shared with our armor. Shield active, as you see. Once the shield is active, you don't regen energy. And you have to choose. When you're moving and using the resource with your shield active, it won't regen. And voila, I'm at 0, then it starts regenning when it's out. So the choice is yours. Either you move faster or you take reduced damage. And that, of course, with pickups and everything, voila, now my energy top, my energy maximum is increased. And yeah, now I have a little bit more to play with, except it starts ticking down now. Also, the reserve, when I take damage, you will see that the maximum has gone down. I still have a little bit of overcharge left, but once I use that, whoop, it is gone. So, yeah, that was our railgun. These are placeholder models. We've got weapon models incoming soon. But that was the basics of Wrecked. And now I will continue in going to depth what exactly it means for the maps and why this thing that we are going through looks the way it does. Alright, thanks for watching and on to part 2.